Logan.
It's X After Hours Podcast with Mariah and Ty.
Your weekly download of X92.9's X Afternoons extracurricular activities. Enjoy.
This week on X After Hours.
I wake up every day and the first thought that runs through my head is I have to talk myself out of buying a Steam Deck.
This is the sexiest me and Mike Noble have ever looked to anyone. They're like, wow, these guys.
It's like Dilfy now. I'm like, I love it.
Hey, you're a touring band. What are you taking on the road? Oh, Guitar Hero.
Our producer went and took a pee. He's never done that mid-podcast. We're back, episode 52, and we got a guest, our pal from Hotel Mira, Mike Noble. We usually just call you Bike Melon.
We do call you Bike Melon.
That name just it just haunts me. Like it is one of those things where it's just like it's my username on everything. Like so it like to a point where it's just like I've been using it for so many years. Like before, like I'm using the heaviest air quotes in the world before any public facing success.
Ooh.
So like it's my like Reddit username.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Yeah.
Way to out yourself on Reddit,
I'm
dude.
gonna dox myself off the top. Like I was not hiding it.
I would
But
never.
There's nothing incriminating. I'm like a capital L lurker on Reddit.
Yeah, it
but,
just sits in the background.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
But it's just like, can I swear on here?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah, it's
swear.
after hours. Yeah, I was
It's
like,
after 10 p.m. You can say whatever the
fuckity
hell
fuck,
you
fuck,
want.
fuck.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
okay.
So I was like, fuck, what did I do? That's like I've been Googling like change Reddit username, and it's like you can't. And I had like one post get a lot of karma like 10 years ago, so I was like, I don't want to lose this.
Oh, the karma.
nice.
Yeah, see, I'm the same as you. I'm a lurker. I'm never a poster
Yeah.
on Reddit. But no, Bike Melon is an unforgettable
Thank
name.
you.
Like, it's amazing. But thank you. We just want to say thank you for coming in because we
Yeah.
just started doing, like, you do podcasting.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it can be hard to get kind of the rhythm going. We've been doing this for almost a year, I think. But we got challenged to bring on guests. So we were like, we need to bring on influential people.
Sam Phelps doesn't count.
Yeah, being yourself. So thanks.
First
No
question
worries.
for you, a real hard one off the
Hit
top.
me off the top. Yeah.
What do you think of the peach sour from Rail Yard Brewing?
Are they a sponsor?
No.
Okay. Well,
You
no.
know.
Yeah. Play the game. It's really good.
Now give us also the sponsor version.
It's the best beer I've ever had.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Rail Yard, get at us.
Yeah. Lives up to its peachy name. I've been exploring the sights and sours of Calgary over these past few days.
Yeah.
I pretty much lived at the Ship.
Nice,
Yeah, down the street. I didn't know it.
I walked by you the other day. I had no clue.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Where were you guys before? Because we know that you're touring. You're gonna have a show. By the time
day
this
this
airs.
drops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 hours after you listen to this. I
Yeah,
will
it'll be
playing.
at the Common. But where were you guys before?
Commonwealth.
Oh, jeez,
The
I'm thinking
Commons
in
in
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Sorry, at
Well,
Commonwealth.
people
My
know.
brain is just scrambled. I've
I
had
know.
2 sips of my beer. But where were you guys before you were on the
So
road?
we did Kelowna on Saturday, and then we drove here on Sunday, and we've had a couple days off, and it is now Wednesday. 3 days off in Calgary is wild.
Yeah.
It's been like a hot minute since I've spent this much time in Calgary, like as opposed to drive in, talk shit with you guys on the radio,
Yeah.
play a show, come back out. But yeah, it's still pretty early in the tour. The first show was last Wednesday, like a week ago today, in Victoria, and that kicked off the tour. We almost canceled the show because there was a snowstorm.
Oh, yeah, I saw the memes.
Yeah, Riff Rumors, at Riff Rumors. I love them. I will not. Anyways, like all those meme pages are very kind to us, so I cannot say anything mean or else they'll just like ruin my life. But yeah, so we almost canceled the show. We actually ended up going out a day earlier than we thought because the snowstorm was like supposed to be in the time where like it was literally in the window where we would have traveled if we were traveling the day of.
Yeah.
So we rushed a late night ferry, and then the show was amazing. Sold out Capitol Ballroom, and then we sold out the I won't say Commonwealth. We sold out the Commodore in Vancouver, which is like as a band from Vancouver, that's like the dream.
It's huge.
Like 1,200 people, like.
It's like a staple venue. Yeah.
Like I like. The last band I saw there was one of my favorite bands, like Wolf Alice, and they sold it out too. And I was like, sick. Our draw is the same as Wolf Alice in Vancouver. And then the next night, it was Kelowna, which was a great show, obviously. But it was just like, it was so bizarre just coming off from like probably one of the highs of my career and then like just being like, all right, we're just back on the road and playing Kelowna.
Where did you guys play in Kelowna? They actually have a few. I feel like a few new venues.
So
that
we
have
played
popped
a
up
venue
there.
called the Revelry.
Yeah.
It's like a new one. It opened in September. It was I will be candid and say it wasn't technically a sellout, but it was the most people that's ever been in that room.
Well, but
So
that's
I'll take
good
that.
though. Yeah.
And we haven't really headlined Kelowna ever. Like we opened for DFA there in the summer, which was cool.
Damn.
Yeah, that was sweet. I loved DFA growing up, so just getting to play a show with them was amazing.
Yeah.
And then now we're just here in Calgary.
Then
Yeah.
you're off to Red Deer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like you're hitting up the good. Like Kelowna's
I
such a
think-
party town to come into, and then you're like rolling off of that, going into.
I think
Calgary.
3 days off in Calgary is probably. Like, did you have any time off in Kelowna, or were you just like Calgary?
No. It was weird because it was like it would just been 3 days off at home if we didn't have the Kelowna show, right?
Yeah.
So it was
Like,
kind
what
of
are you gonna drink wine in the winter there? Like, that's about
I
it.
don't know.
I
like,
don't
no
know.
vineyards.
Kelowna's a party town. I feel like you don't want to have 3 days off in Kelowna.
No.
You won't
It's
make it
kinda
out
like
of there.
It's kind of like a Vegas thing. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Vegas is sick for like 36 hours, and then after that, you're just kind of
is.
like feeling insane.
It is the Vegas of
Gassed.
Canada. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So, do you have any plans for this tour? I mean, like you said, you just got started, so we're not gonna be like, give us those road stories. How crazy are they?
No road stories just yet.
No. But like, any plans? Like anything exciting you're hoping to do? Like, do you plan out like events to do in between shows? You guys like, we gotta hit these cities. Let's go do it. And
Yeah,
that's about it.
I mean, it's weird because it's a winter tour, right? Like when you're touring in the summer, it's a bit of a different beast because you can like go do things. Whereas it's just like, hey, do you want to step outside in Saskatoon in January?
Oh my
And it's
god.
like-
It's gonna be electric.
Yeah, it'll be so thrilling. So nothing crazy. We have a couple things planned in Toronto just because I think Toronto's like the hub for music in Canada. But yeah, I think it's going to be like all things considered a pretty low key tour. We have a pretty packed like. We basically go right home and then right back on the road because then we're in New York City early March, and then we just announced it so I can talk about it now. But we're doing South by this year.
Wow.
In Austin. So we're basically going to be touring from New York to Austin, and then when we're in Austin, we're just going to figure out how to get home, whether that's touring home or flying or I don't know.
This is a huge tour. I didn't realize the lengths you guys were going to, like
Yeah.
coast to coast like that. That's
Just make a new tour up on the go.
We basically are like
Why not?
we're kind of figuring some stuff out. Like that the America stuff is like technically a different tour.
okay.
But it all just blurs into one. Like I'm gonna be home for like 9 days at the end of February, and then just like back out again.
Because are you guys living in like all in Vancouver or?
So Charlie's in LA.
Okay, that's
yeah.
what I
So
thought,
we live in Vancouver, like me, Cole, and Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get his home. It's LA's cooler, I think. Especially for like entertainment industry and stuff like
Course.
that. And Charlie's crushing it down there. And it doesn't like impede our like work ethic, I guess is the best way of saying it. Like we're not really like I don't know, like we don't rehearse, like we don't practice. Like
I was just gonna ask you that, like when
Yeah,
the difference in cities, you know, like when
You're
you guys.
touring that. I'm not myself, but like I wonder, like, do you switch it up? Like, how often do you guys switch it up?
yes.
When you're...
So we're doing a couple things this tour where like we're doing like a VIP meet and greet, which is like the first time we've ever done something like that.
Bougie.
I know it's pretty fucking sick. So kind of like one of the incentives to that is that you'll hear 2 songs that we aren't playing in the set, and we're gonna do it like full band and like fully performed and everything like that. So we actually kind of dug through our back catalog, and we're like, okay, like what can we classify under this? And then because we did that, we played all these old songs, and we're like, these still fucking rule. And then so now we're kind of like we put a couple songs back into the main set that I thought probably wouldn't have made it back in there. But we are switching up every night. We've technically played a different set every night on this tour because Victoria we've switched 2 songs at different order, and then in Kelowna Charlie lost his set list and accidentally called out the wrong song, so we just had to pivot on the spot.
Well, isn't that kind of fun though? Like when you go to a show, are you peeping set list like online?
are you on
before
Reddit?
You go, like, for
Yeah.
your favorite
Kinda,
bands?
sorta.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I know I probably shouldn't, but like I want to
I
know.
don't even really think, like, to be honest, I just kind of.
Well, I'll look at like 1 or 2, and if they're all different, then I don't know. But if they're all
Yeah.
the same, then I'm like, fuck, I have to be there at this time. I take a piss here. Like,
Yeah.
I
line
don't
it
know,
up.
but it takes like the fun out of it. You should just go and like roll with it. I think.
Yeah, I know, but I just like I'm like I'm reluctantly on Team Ty for this one. Like
I'm not saying I enjoy going to do it.
Like I don't want to be on Team Ty, but I know that's just how I operate.
You're on the inside though. This is like insider trader knowledge.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, as a performer, this is
Yeah.
what I like.
Well, because it's like, oh, loud. Damn, that guy's
Mariah,
ripping.
they're calling you out.
Yeah.
Oh
To
no.
go hit the streets and race.
Yeah, exactly. The last band I saw was in 1975 at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, and it was kind of like you know that they're gonna play the hits. It's pretty kind of like standard, but there's like a couple of spots where they swap out like different songs.
Yeah.
And I because I was like kind of obsessedly watching Setlist.fm. It was like, okay, like it's either this song or this song or this song or this song. Like every song that they would swap out, it's either one of two options.
Yeah.
And I had the definitive, I want this one. Like it wasn't like, oh cool, like I could take either or. It was just like, this is the one I want. And they actually listened to me, and it was a great set.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna have to flip the camera soon, but I do want to let you know that Dancing with the Moonlight been a great hit on our station.
Hell yeah.
Just like Fever Pitch was.
Yes.
And I believe it even got commented on for our video we just posted about
Oh,
like,
really?
the songs we like and enjoy.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did.
two, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
songs that we like the announcers like and songs we don't like, and then the
Nice.
comments for songs people like. You guys got it.
Perfect.
You always get lots of love. Always.
Calgary's been really lovely to us. Like I went out for dinner with a friend last night, and I was saying like Calgary, like if we look back at our career, like Calgary is like the first city that actually like championed us. Like Matt Barry was the first person to put us on Canadian radio.
You aren't the first band to say that. Like, we've had quite a few people come in and be like, man, if Matt Barry,
Yeah.
for anybody who's brand new listening to our podcast, that's our music director here
Yeah.
at X, but
He's doing a talk at Big Winter Classic on Saturday, 2:30 p.m.
Wow.
I can't make it. You should go, Mariah.
Why are you pulling? What a plug,
Yeah,
hey?
if not, you will see him walking around in a plaid suit.
You
and,
will,
and,
yeah,
like having
you
a
know.
cocktail. Like it's he's pretty identifiable.
It's X After Hours with Mariah and Ty.
It's like X Afternoons, but in podcast form.
And we're back chatting with Mike Noble from Hotel Mira.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And we had to say thanks to Mike because you're doing us a favor of coming here 2 days in a row, which is very lovely. Well, technically, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here.
You're not
tomorrow.
coming here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because he's got a second drink on deck.
but
We know what
I
he's
do have
doing.
a drink on deck.
It's a
true.
couple days in Calgary, and you guys are doing your show. Obviously, by the time this airs, it'll be tonight. And yeah, we're just happy to have you on. Thanks for being our second ever guest
This
on the
could be a good
podcast.
post show.
Ever guess?
Yeah.
Oh, setting the bar low.
Yeah. I don't know if you seen on our socials, though. We wanted to ask you this. We put out a video of all the X announcers
Yeah.
talking about songs that they're sick of hearing on our own station, just to be like transparent with the people who listen to X. It was good.
Bit of an I hate my job post.
Well, like, you know, everybody has it.
It was
It's like,
Justin Crouch's idea.
yeah,
It's like when
Justin
people.
Grouch.
That's what we should call him after that video.
Yeah, it's like when people get those videos on TikToks and it's like, it'll be like an automobile shop, like an auto shop, and they'll be like, what vehicle would you never buy? And then the people at the dealership like own up to their own models, or like,
There's some jobs you could not do that for.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're just being
No, no,
honest. Or it's like a
totally,
vet
totally.
clinic and they're like, what dog breed would you never
I
own?
never deal with
Imagine
Dalmatians.
if they did it
Yeah.
with doctors.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what patient were you upset? Like, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, what was your worst patient?
Like,
Yeah.
like,
tell-
oh,
Which one
person
did you
who-
wish was just...
Yeah.
So, I guess that being said, is there a song that you're sick of hearing? It doesn't even have to be on our station, but just like, you know, that's been
Just okay.
radio played. you know?
I'm gonna come out guns blazing here. Any Sublime.
Wow,
Can't-
really?
can't do it, like-
It had its
So
moment. I get
Sublime
it.
with Rome split up, and you were like, let's go.
It's tough, man. Like I just think like ska is like for sure the least cool genre of music, just in general.
It takes
Yeah.
a certain type of person to really champion that as their favorite.
Oh, dude, and you know that type of person too. There's two good ska songs, and it's All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake, and The Impression That I Get by Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, and both of them are on the Digimon movie soundtrack, and that's why they're good.
Wow.
Oh, the Digimon movie
Yeah.
soundtrack, dude.
Holy, that you.
Bare Naked Ladies are also on
Yeah,
there, aren't they?
it's Bran. That'll never get to
It's
see that.
Bran.
Oh, it's so good.
We thought about, like, we have like a sample pad that we use on stage, and
Oh,
we've
yeah?
been thinking of like sampling the "It's Man," so like Cole will just like hit it like "It's Man." But no, we haven't and won't probably do that.
I think you
But
should. I like that idea.
But
I
then we
might
do it like
People would
it's just like we
fucking
finish
lose
playing "Speaking Off the Record" and suddenly it's just like a bare naked lady sample.
I might do
Like,
that for our radio
work.
show.
Could you imagine if you were like in the club, house DJ just fucking rips that into
do
his
that.
set? I'd be like,
It's like
let's
that
go.
that TikTok went viral like a couple months ago where it was just like the DJ dropped the Succession theme in the
Yes!
club. It's like basically the same thing.
Fuck, it was so good, and people were like into it. Like they were like rolling in the club. They're like, yeah, let's go. It's Succession.
Hell yeah.
So this does roll into what we do want to ask you. Like, what do you do on these tours, Mike? You've told me on Instagram that you were considering buying the PlayStation Portal.
I
You're
was
the-
considering
You're
it.
the only person I know who said that.
Tour is paying well. Like, damn, dog.
Hey. We're staying in Elbow River Valley, I think. So apparent, like I told my buddies in Calgary, I was like, yeah, this is where I'm staying, and they were like, whoa, you guys got the like. You're in the black on this tour, hey? And I was like, I don't know. But yeah, so PlayStation Portal, I don't know. I wake up every day and the first thought that runs through my head is I have to talk myself out of buying a Steam Deck.
Oh man, me too.
Like-
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, but tell me though.
He just bought our producer Sam, who's off camera, bought like how much was your Game Boy you bought?
Is
He
it
bought a
pa-
custom made
Is it
for.
patronizing that he just called it a Game Boy, or is it actually a Game Boy?
It is a Game Boy.
Oh fuck yeah!
But he
that's-
got it like custom plated though.
And
Like,
It's like my mom being like, "Why are you still playing Nintendo?" I'm like, Mom, it's fucking PlayStation.
Sam bought a $400 modded Game Boy Advance, and I kept thinking like, why wouldn't you just get a Steam Deck? 'Cause
Yeah.
you could emulate those
riddle
games.
me this though. Like, how is
Alright.
the new PlayStation? What is it called? The PlayStation.
Portal.
Okay, they went away with the PSP and then
Yeah.
brought that. Like, I don't
So
understand.
it's basically like, it's basically like a streaming device that's compatible for PS5. So it's not an actual console. It's not anything. You literally, it's just like a big screen between a PlayStation controller that's cut in half.
Yeah.
And it connects to your PlayStation 5 at home. So when you are like in Wi-Fi, you can play your games through like a link
A stream.
Like
Okay.
a stream, yeah.
So it's
Like Google
utterly
Stadia.
Yeah, it is
useless
Stadia.
unless you're not
Loved
in your
it.
home connecting
No,
to your
no,
home
no,
Wi-Fi.
but if I'm on Wi-Fi in our Airbnb,
Oh, I see.
It'll
Oh,
connect.
okay. So that makes sense. I thought it had to be with your home router. Like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, PlayStation's downstairs, you're upstairs.
I think a lot of people probably find it interesting that like. I would imagine quite a few musicians are quite into gaming on the road.
Yeah.
Like NBA players do. Like the guys from the Darcys, one of them was really into Elden Ring at a
Yeah.
shocking amount. and I was
Shit,
like,
Elden Ring.
Elden
tough.
Ring fucks. I love that game.
That game just seems too hard for me.
It's okay. It is no joke. Beating Elden Ring was like, I was like, this is one of my greatest accomplishments.
you
You
beat
took a
it?
picture.
Yeah, I did take a.
No, you have
not,
to.
Not
yeah.
only did I take a picture, there's like this optional boss called Melania, and like notorious. I don't know if you're like known with the Elden Ring memes. There's like that player called like Let Me Solo Her, where he'll like drop into your game with no armor and beat her for you.
Oh, jeez.
Which is like super next level stuff. But I didn't do that. But I beat her through my own means, and I like took a picture of the achievement and I tweeted it with the caption "Haters will say it's fake."
So how do you play the games on the road? Do you play games on the road?
Yeah, I do game. I usually bring my Switch, just because, and I like definitely like when I'm at home, I just like don't play Switch because it's like I know I'm on tour so much.
Sure, yeah.
That I just like that's when I like get my Switch gaming out. I'll knock through my PlayStation games at home, and I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 on my MacBook because I have
GeForce Now to stream it?
no, just
Oh.
straight up on Steam. It is like it's just Mac capable.
Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
I was gonna ask that because I realized that Baldur's Gate got released
Mm-hmm.
obviously for PC gamers first,
Yeah.
and then it was made available to the other platforms. But
Mm-hmm.
Steam Deck,
Yes.
what is Steam Deck?
It is a portable computer that just basically runs Steam and plays your games.
So you're saying that Macs are compatible with this type of?
Well, so I don't have a Steam Deck. I just like straight up play it on my MacBook.
Okay, in your MacBook,
Like
yeah,
I
it
got
works.
like I moonlight, no Hotel Mira pun intended, as a as a music producer. So I've been working with a couple artists and producing their records. So
You can shout them out, man. Like this is your,
okay, so there's an artist.
Go crazy.
There's just an artist that signed to 604 Records called Holy Felix. They opened our Commodore show. I felt like a proud father because like all the songs I like produced and co-wrote with him, and he was playing them live to like 1,000 people, and I was like,
Dude, good for you.
this fucking rules. There's a couple bands from Victoria I'm like talking about working with. A band called Cold Fame.
a band called Carmine, who are really new but show a lot of promise. Who else is there? Bad Magic, who is playing. His name's Eric Novak. He's actually playing bass in Fake Shark.
Oh,
So
nice.
me and Kevy from Fake Shark co-write and produce for people.
Wow.
And you guys all play Baldur's Gate 3 together.
No, Kevy plays 2K. He's an NBA guy.
Oh, wow.
Good game.
And then when Fake Shark needed a bass player, we were like writing with Eric, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
I don't think people understand like how interconnected like a lot of the Canadian like
Yeah.
band scene is. Like it's just it's crazy to me like
Yeah.
seeing how many hats different band members wear.
You just
Like
kind of got to do it. The
Yeah.
Canadian music industry is like 4 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's some super groups that have formed, for sure.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Hotel
Tokyo Police Club is gone. I'm like,
R.I.P.
are
Poor one.
they?
Can I just like
Yeah, right on there.
Yeah, I was so like Tokyo Police Club were probably my first favorite like Canadian band. I remember
I
listening to them
agree.
in like 2006.
No, I had a massive crush on Sam Roberts, and then I was like, I should venture out
Really?
from my love for Sam Roberts.
Short King.
Yeah, he's sexy though. Like he was hot in his heyday. He still is. He's like Dilfy now. I'm like, I love it.
Like a,
Well, we'll get him on the podcast like in a couple
Yeah,
of
we're
weeks.
gonna
We'll
get Sam
replay that back
Roberts.
to him, see
Exactly.
what he thinks.
I love Sam. I actually I hung out with Sam Roberts and his band. They played a festival called Pemberton Festival in Vancouver in like 2015.
Yeah,
And I was working for Music BC at the time, and we were helping
like
put on-
Pemberton Music Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there twice.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's vibe. Barely made it out there alive.
And I just remember we went back to like there's this bar in Whistler where you can do like a ski shot where you put on like a parka. Like yeah, I'm sure you know. Whistler's fun, but it was one like, and then I just sat down the entire night with the bass player and we just talked about how much we just did not like the Red Hot Chili Peppers as like 2 bass players, and like I've since come around on the Chili's. I haven't gotten in touch with him about it, but
That's very
Yeah.
funny. Wow, great guy, nice dude. That was the year I went when he was there playing
Yeah.
Sam Roberts. It was great, great
Yeah.
festival, awesome time.
3 games you can take on the road. What are you taking?
forever or like okay
Forever.
like 3 games that are like attainably taken on the road.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Or
Go crazy.
whatever.
It's
In
fantasy.
your wildest
It's a
dreams, who
podcast. I
fucking
can't
cares?
stop you.
Baldur's Gate 3 is genuinely up there. I cannot speak enough about how good this game is.
Okay.
I told Mariah to play it. There's the romance.
Okay, I'll let you get
I
to
said-
your. I'll
okay,
let you
yeah,
finish your
finish
top
them.
3 picks, and
Yeah.
then I want your pitch.
I'll give you the Baldur's Gate pitch. It's gonna be, you're gonna go home and buy it and be like,
Yeah.
"Fucks, it's so sick." Baldur's Gate 3, fuck. I really am like there. Okay, here's the criteria that's running through my brain. There needs to be replayability, right? Like if it's a one and done.
What's the fun?
Nice, I like that. But so Baldur's Gate 3 for sure, and probably like something huge like a Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, just where you can like.
Yeah, just fuck around. And then for this tour, I wish I had the new Yakuza game.
Oh, Infinite
because
Wealth.
I really want to play it, and I don't. There's 3 games are coming out when I'm on tour, which is the new Yakuza game, which I think drops like tomorrow, Persona 3 Reload, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Oh yeah, I saw that trailer
Yeah,
for.
all of them drop when I'm on the road, and like I'm just gonna get home and be like, well, here's 300 hours. I just need to sink into these games to beat them before I fly to New York next week.
Dude, what?
Just not
the
even sleeping.
commitment.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll probably-
God.
I'll probably finish one. Like I genuinely will finish one of them probably.
Okay, well, Baldur's Gate was obviously your top choice.
Yes.
I want the pitch.
We did
Listen,
play it. There's a video of us playing it.
I am for it. Like I just have to finish Hogwarts Legacy though, because my fiance got me Hogwarts Legacy as something for us to do together. Loved
Nice.
it, but I needed to sink in more hours.
She was having a hard time with the camera, you said.
No, it was just the sensitivity of the controller because he like plays fucking
Call of Duty.
all the time, and it was just it's too much.
He has like
and he has like a
hyper,
curved he has like a curved gaming monitor, so
man.
it was just
The hype-
like I was like, this is too fucking much. Like you need to turn this down. I was like, the trolls, I
Okay.
can't fight the trolls.
I have a friend, like I have a gamer friend who's like a big COD guy.
Yeah.
And same situation, like the mouse is the most sensitive mouse you've ever used. The gaming monitor is so high res that it's just like this hurts my eyes.
and
to
the
look
fucking
at it.
like the sound on everything, I'm like, Jesus, like
Yeah.
it's too much. So
So-
I had to turn that down.
So I called out my buddy on just like this intense gaming setup, and he just looks at me and goes, "Frames win games."
And I'm,
Oh
like,
my
I'm
God.
like, hell yeah, dude.
Frames win games.
Yeah.
What are your 3 games you would take, Mariah?
Well, if
I
it's
wanna know.
Fantasyland, I
Yeah,
would.
you can take whatever.
When the new Grand Theft Auto comes out.
Oh,
Okay, it's a
in
good pick
2029.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
gotta wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd probably take Hogwarts Legacy with me and
Finally beat it, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then,
this game my partner bought me that we would play together. I would take it alone and just
it's just I don't know. I'm not like a big gamer. I love like anime and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and I
as
obviously
we've discussed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I'm a big like I love Harry Potter and stuff, but it's just that game for somebody who hasn't played like such a large world game before, like you can just run off on these tangents and like there's so many side stories and
Buddy, wait till she hops into Baldur's Gate 3.
well, like my
Dude.
fiance tried to play Elden Ring and he was like, I do not have the time to put into this game to truly like appreciate it.
But he has the reflex skills.
Yeah, he said it was so fucking hard though. He's like, holy shit,
is.
like I just did not have like the
I can't play
foresight.
Elden
So for
Ring. I
score,
won't do it.
Mike won.
There you
Beyonce
go.
is 0.
Yeah, I know.
Watch
I know.
out.
There it is.
And
Yeah.
then what would
so-
be the other one, like Guitar Hero? We were
Oh,
playing Guitar
yeah.
Hero. It was fun. Yeah.
Could you imagine? She's like, hey, you're a touring band. What are you taking on the road? Oh, Guitar Hero.
Hell yeah.
I just can't get enough.
Yeah, I just can't.
All
I just
right.
can't.
Going
Okay,
nuts.
this is I don't know if you guys remember, but this was probably the first game I ever played on PS3 and I loved it. Do you guys remember the game called Little Big Planet?
Do
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
great.
the game.
I fucking loved that game.
That's amazing.
Did
The
you
Shark
see-
Attack game? It's
yeah,
so fun.
and it was the best, and I loved that game, and I wish I could still play it.
Did you see that the Go team who did the theme song for Little Big Planet just got announced for Just Like Heaven Festival?
Oh wow! Holy shit! Look at
Not
that.
to
eh?
double down that initial statement, but yeah.
No, I
it's,
like
it's
that.
a sick festival lineup too.
Yeah.
I
So
might go.
okay, now I need to hear. Sorry, Ty. What were your 3 games?
Oh
Okay,
my God,
I skirted
easy.
over you.
Easy. Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2,
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate 3.
Come on, drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the only game I play, Mariah?
Oh, fucking managed football manager.
Oh, dude, you're an FM guy?
Dude.
Holy
An
cow.
FM guy.
Oh, my best friend is an FM guy, and he's very, like, he has a very, I'm just going to fucking dox him. He's the voice of the Vancouver Canucks, like Brandon Batchelor on.
I gotta hit him up.
Yeah.
I gotta hit him up.
No,
I need more
straight
people
up,
to play with.
I like,
Games?
like, I will legit, like,
Link us
I'll
up.
connect you guys 100%. Like, all he does, like, he is like, I love him to death. He's like my best friend in the world. We've known each other for like 30 years, and like, he is just like I'll look on his Steam and be like, yeah, another 700 hours in Football Manager.
700
Yeah.
hours.
He's
High
got me
notes.
beat. He's
Yeah.
got me beat by quite a bit.
But he's also talking about like, yeah, there's just no good Football Manager podcast out there. And I was like, yeah, dude, of course there isn't. Like, what are you talking about?
Pretty. I feel like that's like a niche community, but I guess not. The fact that it has an abbreviation already, an FM
Yeah,
gamer.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck. What do I know?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Oh yeah, I don't know. And then like Skate 3 if I could.
Nice. That's a good poll.
And then like a coin toss between Baldur's Gate 3 or Dragon Age
Nice.
Inquisition.
Nice.
I really wanted to get the new Mortal Kombat that came out.
But that's
I
like-
don't have a PlayStation though. It's
These
not
games are
available.
fun, but
2D fighters. I
you
think,
need a buddy with you to make it fun.
Yeah, to enjoy it.
Yeah, and
when
like the
there's
thing
no...
about fighting, like I think maybe actually, okay, I'm running it back. I would put Smash Bros Ultimate in there over
Wow.
Yakuza.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna put a wrestling game in there if I could.
Dog, I would absolutely put. My friend messaged me about the Commodore to Kelowna show kind of like transition, and he was like, "Man, you guys just main evented WrestleMania, and now you're just like clocking into Monday Night Raw, hey?" And I was like, "Well, if you put it that way, yeah, I'd put a wrestling game in there for sure."
That's so funny.
Yeah, like those fighting games are great with your friends. When you play solo,
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But like,
I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I'm not just like hiding
it's
in my
like
basement.
eating a birthday cake alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
It just doesn't have the same
Yeah,
effect.
I mean, I don't know. Have you eaten a birthday cake alone before?
pretty
It's pretty
good.
sick.
You can light the candles and sing the song.
It's actually better because you don't have to like.
Share.
Yeah, exactly. It's your birthday. Why am I sharing this cake?
Wow. Okay. So now I want to hear the official mic pitch for Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
I need it. I've been thinking about it, but it's
Okay.
a pricey price tag for Xbox. So
It's the price of anything on
you're
Xbox.
like, what are you gonna do? Not buy
Okay,
it?
you
yeah,
bought like
exactly.
Hogwarts Legacy and it was like $96.
It's cheaper than that. I would say, okay, I'm going to tell you my full relationship with this game from start to finish.
'Kay.
I don't know how long these podcasts go, but we might be going overtime.
You're doing fine.
Yeah, so basically, I'm obsessed with this video game series called The Legend of Heroes, and it's so nerdy, and I'm going to lose every single fan that I've ever accumulated from Hotel Mira by telling this story. but every game that I was playing up until like Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and this game series that I love are like super nerdy JRPGs, like 110 hours per game. It's this overarching huge story that I'm obsessed with, and I can talk to anyone else about it if they know what they're talking about, and no one ever does, but that's a whole other thing. If you enter it, let me know. But I was playing those games, and I was like, I need to beat these games before I go on tour. Because, like, the first one, like, the reason it's nerdy is because there's 2 that are only out in Japan, and I played a fan translation.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so like diehard fans on the internet made they translated the game, so it's like the text basically. So I played a fan translation before we went to Australia for tour, and then I came back and I did like a personal trip to Japan for 2 weeks and like all the stuff
You're like intersplicing it. You're like with coolness. You're like, I went to Japan,
Yeah,
but then I
like,
played
what
this
the
fan
fuck?
translation game.
Look, I just live a life. Like I don't know what to
Holy.
tell you. But and then I got back and finished the most recent one, and then I was like, okay, I'm done this. I have time for like one more game before the Canadian Winter Tour. It's like kind of over Christmas. We're doing Christmas stuff, which is already chaotic, and I'm just like, okay. My friend let me Final Fantasy 16, so I was like, okay, I could just play Final Fantasy 16 for free, or I could finally like dive into Baldur's Gate, because like everyone was like, I'm a big like don't believe the hype kind of guy. Like if everyone says something is like really really good, I'm always just like, it can't be that good.
It's like Mariah. She wouldn't hop on Ted Lasso.
Okay, but when I watched Ted Lasso, I fell in love.
There you go. I haven't
Which
watched
took
Ted
me
Lasso yet.
a fucking
Buddy, believe
watch
the
it.
hype.
No,
Watch it.
Okay.
Your heart will swell.
What am I watching on this tour?
Back to the Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
pitch.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so okay. Basically, with Baldur's Gate, I ended up playing it. I bought it on PlayStation 5 first.
Okay.
Because I was like, I have a gaming PC, but I was like, I love my couch. Like, I love being like on my couch and like just like, you know, being the laziest person on planet Earth. Played it for a bit, and like my initial thoughts were like, I understand why this is great, but the controls on console were like a little clunky and a little counterintuitive.
Interesting.
Like it was like, I was like, this game is incredible. I fucking love it. But the controls and how you like menu, it's clearly optimized for PC.
Yeah,
right? It's like playing
yeah.
StarCraft on N64. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is weird. So then I ended up biting the bullet because I found it was for Mac and it's portable. Went to, you know, like bought it on my Mac and it's great. And it runs perfectly fine, and you can cross save. So like I could transfer my save from my PS5 to my Mac, and it's totally fine. Yes, if you're doing the math, I did spend $200 on this game because I bought it twice.
Damn.
But it was worth it. What?
I said same.
Save, nice, good.
Oh.
But my pitch for it, it is the most immersive game. I feel like I can do anything.
Oh.
Like it obviously guides you through this story, but there's something insane. Like they've recorded over like 2 million lines of dialogue.
The permutations.
Yeah.
What?
And like, but like depending on what you do, like anything is possible. Like it's so immersive. Like it obviously has a story that it guides you through and pushes you through. But like, for example, in my first playthrough, I accidentally killed a main character because I was just like, oh fuck, I don't really need him. But like, it was Halson. If you're, I didn't know he was the bear. I didn't ask the right people. But basically, I went through this game without like this whole thing, and so like there were conversations that I had where people were acknowledging that he died in the game, right? And they were fully voiced. It felt like I was like, oh, this is the game. Like this is what happens.
This is the right storyline.
And then
yeah.
I went back and like played it again because I'm sick in the head like that, and like saved
have
Halson,
to.
did everything fine. Completely different game, fully voice acted, just so immersive.
Wow.
And it's like the best way I can describe it as like a sales pitch sort of way is that the reason Baldur's Gate 3 is so good is that the amount of effort they put into things that you will never see is so astounding. So like the stuff that you do see is actually just like mind-blowing.
It's like
insane.
when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out and people were blown away. It's like that level, but on the next
But
gen.
I feel like that was why like Hogwarts Legacy got so much praise, because it was the same thing. Like there was so much possible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Even like depending on like in Hogwarts Legacy, like if your character leans on dark magic more, like different side quests that will come up because of the different types of magic you're like. It's just insane, like the possibilities. And
Did you play Hogwarts Legacy?
No, but I can guarantee you Baldur's Gate is like 7 million times what that description was.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like like it's based on Dungeons and Dragons, right? And have you played D&D? Nice, good save.
Hey, come on out Sunday nights.
But basically, obviously the thing about D&D is you play it with your buds, and there's no video game. Like, it is your imagination.
Yes.
And Baldur's Gate 3 is the closest thing to being like that.
That's pretty fun.
How come they didn't like tie it in with D&D like legalities?
It
like,
is.
It is actually like they straight
like
up
the
are
name. I mean, like.
They didn't call it Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
Because it was a
like, where does
pre-existing
Baldur's Gate-
franchise made in
okay,
Edmonton.
So if I was wearing glasses, I'd push them up here. So it takes place in the Forbidden Realms, which is a world in Dungeons and Dragons, and Baldur's Gate is actually the biggest city.
Gotcha.
It exists in the D&D world.
If I'm correct, Mike, Baldur's Gate, the originals were made in Edmonton, right?
You're talking like with what's it with
BioWare.
BioWare, yeah,
This is
they
the
were.
sexiest me and Mike Noble have ever looked to anyone. They're like, wow, these guys.
Yeah,
look
they're
at
made
them.
in Edmonton, right?
Let's go back into the
Yeah.
details about the city.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm playing a show tomorrow, and I'm kidding. It's sweet. It actually is like it's fully licensed. They just
Okay.
don't call it that because I think Baldur's Gate like 1 and 2 like it is a franchise, right?
But like maybe it draws in like a different like crowd of
If
people.
you went to your fiance and said, I want to get the D&D video game or Baldur's Gate 3, what do you think?
He would know.
I mean,
think
I know, but would he be more, like, there's some people who'd probably be more inclined.
But I'm saying like I think there's probably like a community of people that just go towards it because they're unaware, right? And
Yeah.
they want to like play this game that is this like it's all turn based, right?
yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah. But effectively, it is. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of like Persona 5 is or something like that, but I think it's like I don't know. Like I think it might be like one of those things where it's just like everyone who's like really into D&D already knows that it's Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
So it's kind of like maybe, yeah. I honestly don't have the answer.
Yeah.
But it's very obviously that. Like it is like I think they just give the disclaimers off the top. It's like yeah, this is based on D&D 5th edition.
Very cool. I fell into it as well on TikTok because I love to read like fantasy novels. Like I'm a big
Akatar
big
gal.
reader.
Okay, then play Baldur's Gate.
I know,
insane.
and
It's
just
writing your own fantasy
It's just
novel.
funny, like everybody like who's obsessed with like these couple particular characters from these SJM novels that I read. They basically fashioned.
SJM.
Yeah, Sarah J. Maas.
Okay, no.
Yeah, she's great. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
fashioned a couple characters like out of the books.
Right.
Into this game, and it was just fucking hilarious to see like all the fantasy like fae girls come on to play Baldur's Gate because they're like, this is my fucking world, like you
Yeah.
know. So
No, it's a great game. It's genuinely probably my game of last year, which I
Wow.
thought would be crazy because I sunk so much time into Tears of the Kingdom.
wow.
It crossed the finish line first.
And that's Mike Noble from Hotel Mira on Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
The official pitch.
the official pitch. Yeah.
We usually have a review of the week or Hall of Fame segment, 2 of them, but
hit me
Sam, you never updated it, but that's also on me.
Okay, well,
There was
fuck
an
it.
issue. So for the review of the week, I don't know. What do you want to review? Anything?
Yeah.
Sam, hands up. You want to flip the cameras? All right, flip
Okay,
those
thanks.
cameras.
You're diving a little deeper into the world of Mariah and Ty with the X After Hours podcast.
All right, we're back, so I guess we will skip the review of the week and Hall of Fame and get back to it next week. But we got Mike Noble's hot button topic.
Oh, I was gonna say it's kind of a review. Sorta.
Okay, well.
Okay, it's hot button topic in the van right now.
Oh.
Thoughts on Saltburn?
Oh my god, I've been waiting to chat with somebody about this because these fucking idiots haven't seen it. We're
Oh,
a bunch of
really?
Losers.
What
Are we doing a spoiler cast?
are you
What's going
doing like
on
your
here?
impersonation of Sweet D from It's Always Sunny right now, Mariah?
Wow.
Why?
Damn.
These fucking idiots haven't seen it.
Fights breaking out.
Okay.
What's going on here?
I was very not stan for Jacob Elordi. I did not
Really?
like his
The
character.
hottest man on earth.
Okay, he was only hot because of a few things that he's been in recently. But did you watch Euphoria?
And then he's like 6'5" and handsome. Yeah, I did watch
yeah,
Euphoria.
I couldn't. He makes my skin crawl. I don't fucking
Well,
like
yeah,
him.
like he's just a good
yeah,
actor.
but then in Saltburn, I predicted him to be like not the protagonist. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm,
That movie made me so uncomfortable, but I fucking liked it.
Yeah, liked it is a good way of putting
You're
it. Like you
reading,
didn't
like,
love it, but
stuff.
you
No, I
liked
didn't love it, but
Yeah.
I was like, God, I don't know why this didn't get more like critical acclaim. Like, I just thought it was weird and cool, and the music score was fabulous.
music was amazing. Music was
What do you guys
amazing.
think the Rotten Tomatoes score is on it?
30.
Oh, really? I'm
think
gonna
it's
say
low.
higher. I think the audience score was high. I would say it's about in the 70s.
I think the audience score is probably high.
Yeah.
It's definitely like everyone in it's like really hot. So
Rosamund
it's gonna-
Pike, man. I'm like, wow.
All right, you guys can
hot.
continue. I'll tell you the actual score one. at the end here.
So my thoughts on it are like, I think it's good. I think it's a totally fine movie.
Yes.
My biggest problem with it is that you can tell the writer, Emerald Fennell, thought that they were saying something really important when there isn't any actually.
I agreed with that.
Yeah.
I didn't understand if there was supposed to be this underlying meaning of people idolizing
Yeah.
almost the upper echelon of this,
Like,
these
so-
people
yeah.
they're famous they're not famous. People idolize famous people, but these people are wealthy as fuck. And I think they're like the secretive idolization of a lot of people because they're not in the public eye, but they just have money and
Yeah.
people are obsessed with them. And I don't know if that was like the main kind of idea of the movie was that it'll just show how obsessed people are with wealth and status. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think it's like it kind of sells itself. Like the marketing was like a very like eat the rich sort of vibe. Wasn't that. Like that wasn't the movie.
Well,
And-
they painted the rich in a good light. Like, they didn't even make them
like,
seem...
Jacob Elordi is like the nicest character in that movie.
I know. I was
And
like, take
I swear I'll
me
stop
into
talking
the
about Jacob
maze
Elordi.
garden, Jacob Elordi. Hello.
Yeah. but like, yeah, like if you just like kind of analyze it for what it is in terms of just like I want Barry Keoghan to play like sick little freaks for the rest of his career. Like he's so
Okay,
good
but
at
he's
it.
like, I haven't seen...
The Batman?
No, Inish...
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes.
Fucking rules.
Yes,
It's so
and I
good.
haven't seen that, and I wanted to see it. I heard he had a really good role in that,
Yeah,
but...
he also plays a sick little freak in that.
Okay, so he's fucking creepy in everything
Yeah,
that he does?
but-
Well,
so-
except
so-
that Eternals movie, which was just not good.
But so this loops us back into the one of the conversations in the van. Me and Charlie, we are worried that Barry Keoghan thinks he's hot.
Oh, I think fully he thinks he's hot.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
He was
I
invited...
think it is too. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all agree on that.
He was invited to this I saw on TikTok like it was like a Louis Vuitton like shop the new arrivals party and
Yeah.
it was like all the fuck-faced nepo babies of Hollywood and then he somehow like snuck in there.
Yeah.
And it was just like weird because it's like you're obviously like an actor who doesn't have these nepo ties. Like why are you socializing with these people who are like so I don't know, just obsessed with like this
thing.
this weird
Is this
Yeah.
the movie
fandom thing.
Saltburn? Or are you talking about his?
We're just talking about him in real life. Like and it was just
Saltburn Universe.
I don't like
Yeah.
that actor, so I haven't watched
Oh,
the movie.
I think he's a good actor.
I think he's a good actor. Did you see how
He
he
plays like the same
improvised?
guy in every movie.
yeah,
Well,
sick little freak.
But yeah, like
It's fine. I like Michael Cera.
There's a scene. Yeah, okay, but he's not like sick. He's like virgin.
No, but he plays the same person every movie.
He does.
Kind
but-
of like Nathan Fielder in The Curse, which is another thing we should talk about, but that's a whole other thing.
I got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, guys.
Like
Oh.
audience score or review?
critic score. Audience
Okay.
score is
Crazy.
79.
Just a bunch
so.
of people horned up for Jacob Elordi.
He looks good.
He looks great. like, yeah. And apparently Barry Keoghan's dating Sabrina Carpenter. Who knew? That's the rumor.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was like, if I found out that he improvised that scene where he fucks the dirt.
Oh yeah,
grave,
he said that.
he was like, you know what? It felt right. It felt like the character would do that. And I was like,
la-
What is this movie?
just watch it.
It's
Your jaw
I don't
was
like
your
that
jaw
guy.
not on the floor when that scene came out?
yeah, you know.
the
You're
last,
like everybody
We've all-
fucks a grave.
We've all been there. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like top 7 craziest moments in the movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
there's-
It's not even the top. It's not even the top.
Did
I
you
know.
see? There's like a bunch of bars are doing like Jacob Elordi bathwater cocktails.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
he
I
was on.
drank
He was
one.
on the Tonight Show, and I think that Jimmy Fallon brought it out.
Hell yeah.
And then he played along and
Yeah.
pretend to suck up the fucking candle wax. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
This is a
Easy.
great movie, Ty.
Yeah, you should watch
the
it.
last Prime movie I watched was the Treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Okay.
So completely different.
Yeah. Very different than.
Well.
Still SNL related.
Yeah. Yeah,
you go.
I recorded the SNL. I gotta watch it. I didn't get to see it, but are we out of time?
We're pretty much wrapped. Logan our producer went and took a pee. He's
Nice.
never done that mid-podcast.
Yeah, he was like fucking talking about Saltburns. I gotta get out of here.
He's like,
He's
can't
like,
do it.
spoilers!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play Baldur's Gate. Watch the anime Heavenly Delusion. It's on Disney Plus. That's my anime of the year.
Oh,
Dude, watch
interesting.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Sorry? What's that? Delicious in the Dungeon? I'll check it out.
Yeah,
And
watch
watch The Curse. It's a Nathan
Interesting.
Fielder one. It's
I'll have
a
to get into
new,
that.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Should we listen to the Hotel Mira album?
if you want. I'm tired of it.
Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much, Mike.
Well, thanks for
coming
having
on,
me.
And we wish you all the best of luck
Yeah.
for the show. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah.
We'll try to
rock on.
sneak out early and make it.
Yeah. But, I mean, you don't have to. You've seen me play before.
Oh come on.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to X After Hours podcast with Mariah and Ty.
You want more? Then tune into X Afternoons with these two live on Calgary's alternative X92.9 Monday through Friday 2 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time at x929.ca.
And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and have the new episode of X After Hours downloaded weekly to whatever device you use.